Hey everyone, this is Wobbly Wallaby. Today I'll be discussing the farming tier list for Ragnarok M Classic, also known as the Zeny server. If it's all about Zeny, then choosing a top tier farming class is very important. I've had early access via the Chinese beta server, so I've been able to test things out before it was released. I've always loved farming in Ragnarok Mobile, so I've had years of experience playing with all these classes and seeing all these familiar skills. First, let me discuss how farming in Ragnarok M Classic is different. Unlike Ragnarok Mobile, which has combat time based on duration, Classic is based on an enemy kill count. For example, I have 0 out of 5,500 monsters killed today. I turn off my meteor chain. I kill one steam goblin, and now I have 1 kill. Next, I enable meteor chain for 4 times farming efficiency. Now that resulted in 4 extra kills for a total of 5 kills. This means even if you don't one-shot, it still doesn't make it that much less efficient, so here even 2 shots still results in 4 kills with meteor chain on. That means trying to get as high kill count per second is no longer the most important factor, and instead, how you earn more Zeny per kill or having extra drops is the best. Now AoE is still nice for controlling an area and farming faster, but its impact on farming is far less than in normal ROM. Another notable difference is everyone gets offline battle and premium from Adventure Kafka. That means you can do offline farming, so the server lag that's caused by auto attackers to miss attacks is solved without needing to pay real money for it. That means auto attack classes are viable for farming. Next, for the translations, I'll be using the English version of ROM, which I have compared to the Ragnarok M Classic. Since I'm playing beta, it's all in Chinese, but the skills remain unchanged at the moment. For example, fundraising at level 10 gives 20% more Zeny on Ragnarok Mobile, and on Classic server it also gives 20% more Zeny at level 10, but it's all in Chinese. I haven't yet reached the job breakthrough yet, which is why it's at level 10 and not at level 15. Next, for the farming tier list, there is no D tiers at the moment, since there's only 13 classes, so let's start with C tier. C tier are classes that I would never recommend farming with, as they farm inefficiently. First is Guillotine Cross, which is okay for farming single target or a bit of AoE, but doesn't have good movement speed. Sonic Blow for single target as Assassin is okay, then Meteor Assault for some AoE as Assassin Cross. Poisonous Smoke for Guillotine Cross is not that great on auto, and this is something you need to do manually and it costs new poison. Since AoE isn't that important anymore, it's definitely not worth it. Now, Hallucination Walk does grant 50% move speed for 18 seconds, but once it wears off, the 6 seconds with 50% reduced speed doesn't feel great. Other classes can get more move speed without any downsides. Next is Shura, also okay for farming single target. You won't get good AoE until you're Shura, which is a bit too late. The only good thing about Shura is getting the 30% movement speed from Blessing's passives to help you get to the target faster. If I had to farm with Shura, I'd use Finger Offensive as my single target attack. Next is B tier. It has potential, but more for the memes. First is Sorcerer. Not many good AoE options early on when compared with Wizard. It's mostly single target like bolts. You do have AoE options like Earthquake, but where I would use Sorcerer if I was feeling particularly evil is Earth Fielding places where people are doing AoE to steal their spots, as they can't cast their AoEs anymore, and then I would just go bolts to steal their spot. Next is Ruin Knight, who has good range AoE options at the 3rd job with things like Dragon Breath, but that's a bit too late. Early game, there's nothing too special besides the 25% movement speed from mounting and attacking. You could possibly use Pierce to effectively one-shot Minoris as a way to get the cards as a knight. Now if you're feeling particularly evil, you can use Taunt to drag a mini monster to kill people who are casting AoE so you can steal their spots. That was something I used to see a lot in Glass Helm culverts by dragging the mini over to kill people who are doing AoE. Next is Royal Guard. Early on you have the Shield Boomerang for some nice range, then Earth Drive as a Royal Guard. You also get some movement speed increases with Command of Charge for up to 50% movement speed. You also benefit from mounting and attacking to get 25% extra movement speed. Plus, if you want to be evil, you can also use Taunt to drive mini monsters to kill people who are farming. Next is Archbishop. In the non-classic version, I would definitely put this higher due to the great AoE options of Shadow Wave, but sadly runes don't exist right now, so your farming options aren't that great. Again, Blessing and its passive gives you 30% movement speed to get to your target faster. Magnus Exorcism is a nice AoE for a fixed place spawn, but you do need Acer Monument nodes to hurt stuff besides undead and demons. Also, for the memes, doing the Turn Undead skill is great for one-shotting strong undeads. Next are A tier, which are great farming classes. First is Minstrel or Wanderer. They have good AoE options early on with Arrow Shower and late game with the Raging Storm. Their AoE is also convertible with Elemental Converters, so you can easily double your damage against your targets. Next is Warlock, who has powerful AoE options. They are ideal for taking spots and preventing people from stealing your kills in that area. It is ideal for spots with fixed spawns, so you can use the adventure skill Stay Alert and just camp at that spot. For early game, Heaven's Drive is great, then move on to Meteor Storm, and then finally Chain Lightning is pretty great as well. Next is Ranger, who has long range auto attacks due to Vulture Eye, giving auto attack range of up to 7.5 meters. If you want AoE options, you can use skills like Splitting Arrow if needed. Rangers have lots of damage modifiers, so you can also hit targets easily, and you want to avoid other people stealing your kills, so one-shotting it is quite easy. You also have fast movement speed to get to the target faster with Windwalk and Warg Rider giving 50% in total, but unfortunately this still isn't good enough to make it S tier. Next is S tier classes, the truly unfair farming classes. First is Genetic. Fundraising is what makes Genetic S tier since you can get more Zeny passively. I'd use Sphere main early on for single target and later on with Homunculus to help too. Since we don't have to do AoE anymore, these single target attacks are okay. Next, I wouldn't recommend using Hell Plants since they cost Zeny since you need the plant bottles. I'd only use this if I need to control an area from others. Otherwise, Card Cannon is a nice AoE that can take down monsters easily and can be elemental convertible. Next is Shadow Chaser. The active skill Snatch is great, but where you'll see this used is with Snatcher, where your auto attack has a chance to trigger Snatch while getting even more Zeny. In the non-classic version of ROM, Snatcher does not activate if you one-shot monsters, but on the Zeny Only server, since you can still farm without one-shotting, then this is where the combo will shine. I would hit stronger monsters and snatch Zeny from it before it dies with range auto attacks. This is the best way to exploit this combo for even more Zeny. Next is Rob, which gives you more drops from monsters, which is very unfair passive. Finally is Mechanic, which is the best. You have the passive Greed, which gives you 20% higher drop rate, Fundraising, which gives you 30% more Zeny, and Overprice, which lets you sell stuff to the NPC for 24% more. This is great for auto-selling the equipment trash drops as well as the Zeny bags. Now early on you have Hammerfall and Cart Revolution, which are powerful AoEs that can be converted to different elements. Then late game you have Knuckle Boost for a ranged single target attack. As if that wasn't good enough, Change Cart and Anti-Gravity Armor gives you 55% move speed, which is huge, so you can get to the targets faster. Mechanics are truly the most busted farmers in the game and the perfect one if you want to make a ton of Zeny. Next, here's the summary. I personally started with a Mechanic since I love to farm, and Mechanics also strong in parties as well for PvE. So if you love Zeny, I would definitely recommend this class to start off with. Which class do you plan to choose for farming? Let me know in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Here's a video that I recommend, and if you want more Ragnarok Mobile Classic videos, check out this playlist over here.